Good morning, YouTube. Tim with Outdoors4adventure. I've got our Annex room set up underneath our Smittybilt rooftop tent, and I have went ahead and got our gas buddy, our little buddy out, and I have had it going inside the Annex just for about 5 minutes. And I'm gonna go in there and take a temperature reading and show you how I put the buddy heater in there and talk a little bit about that. According to my phone, it was 36 degrees outside. My little thermometer I'm going to use is just now, it's got down to 39. So I'm pretty sure that we're, in the 30s. Now let me flip this camera around. I took some pictures and a little bit of video of setting this Annex up. It all went pretty well, but I have one problem with it so far, and I haven't worked with it to see if it's something I can sort out. But where this zips right here, it's kind of got a kink, and I really think that I can hold it and work it out. But last night it was getting dark and I was tired, so I gave up on it. So in a little bit I will try to see if I can get that zipped all the way. And another thing on this tent, underneath the ladder here, it's pretty tight, but there's Velcro that you seal, and it's so tight where these are that you can't really attach that the way that it fits. Which I don't think that's going to be a big issue. The only problem you might have is mosquitoes getting in there. Oh, Remy's found his little seat. But let's go in here. I got to unzip this. Now, as you can see, there's enough. I can feel the heat coming out of that. That you could actually have your tent higher than what I have this one and still have room to go up some. But that's your outer flap, and then your screen mesh. Now I put that heater on high and it's hot in here. I'm not even gonna zip that up. Put my thermometer back on, Fahrenheit. And let's see what we got. I'm gonna come stand at the door. It's climbing. So it's 30 some degrees outside, and our buddy heater's on high. Still climbing. Now I put that cooler over there, which we'll probably have a cooler in here anyway, but I put it up against the back of the wall to kind of hold that out, because I don't want that material, the wind blowing it into the heater. And I've also got something that will be going over here. It's a little shelf, and I put that big pan underneath the buddy heater to keep it off of that rubber floor. Now you can touch this. This is actually cool to the touch all the way around here. Basically, you can see right there it's getting too hot to get any closer. Most of your heat on this comes up from the top, so it goes up. So you definitely want to keep it away from your material, and you want to be sure you stay close and not leave this unattended at all. You don't want to burn your Annex down, but it is working great. All right, now we're going down now. So down there it was 59 on the ground. Well, let's go back down here. We're in the middle of the Annex. Okay, we're going up. But you can feel more breeze coming out of through the door, because I haven't zipped it up. So just imagine if I zip that door back up, it'd be hot in here. So there's actually no issue with staying warm in this Annex. If it's this warm in the 30s, I feel pretty confident that with the small heater, you're going to stay warm. You know, if you need to get inside and warm up a little bit, here's where I was talking about the zipper not zipping all the way. It's pretty tight right there. So that really, they should modify that with either a slit and stitching to keep it from ripping, because I wouldn't want to cut that because I'd be afraid it would rip on apart. Plus you got your screen here. But they need to redesign this for this tent. And in the instructions it says a ladder goes on inside the tent. Well, there's no way that that ladder can go on inside of this tent. But now that we know that this is going to keep this tent warm, I'm going to go ahead and turn this buddy heater off. Now I have the hose that I can actually run this buddy heater off my big propane tank. I've also used this propane heater in my upper tent, and I stay toasty. In fact, it works so well that I didn't even turn it on high or low. I ran the pilot light, and that was all I needed. So I got that off. Now we also have a porta potty, which I'll get it in a minute and set it in here. In fact, I'll do it now. But as you can see, the ladder goes on the outside of this particular Annex. Now the old style Annex that they made for this, the door was actually on the ladder side. And you would have to put the ladder on the inside, and then to climb up into your tent, you would have to unopen the door so you could access the ladder and then climb up to get into the top part, which I think they figured out from customers that wasn't the right way to do it. So now there's a window there and the door is on this side, which is really nice. I have 2 stakes. I'll have to unzip this side. Hang on. Okay, unzip my door, but I have 2 stakes that I made, which I don't know why they didn't put eyelets in the corners of this, and I will put my own grommets so I can stick the point of a stake in, so I can hang this to where it makes an awning. It won't take much, but that's a lot of room you could have to sit underneath and stay out of the sun. So a couple of grommets to stick the stake through, and then take 2 of them, or tie one off to your mirror on your vehicle, and then 1 stake, which would be fine. So I'm going to do that because I can just see me sitting underneath this sipping on some coffee. But yeah, we're going to enjoy this. And you know, one of the main reasons I got this is when we're camping in the cold and we want to warm up, and we don't want to climb up and stay in the tent, because you can't stand in that tent. You know, it's sit and lay area only. You can get on your knees, you know, it's enough depth you can be on your knees and crawl around up there. But you don't want to be laying down all the time. So this is, you can stay warm. And another of the main reasons is, you see the porta potty in the corner over there. If you're out in the middle of nowhere dispersed camping, and there are some people around, you have a private area that you can come in and take care of business. You can sit in here if it's raining, playing cards with a table and a couple chairs. If you wanted to, if you needed extra bedroom, you could throw a mattress in there and somebody could sleep in here. Plenty of room for that. you have some storage pockets here, another storage pocket here, and then this is the bag that it came with it to store the Annex in, and I just tied it off up there for now. And you see this unzips, so you can access whatever's in your, if you got something you can get to in a truck, you could get in the bed of the truck here. If you're in a Jeep or a regular vehicle, you can undo this, and normally your back door would be right here, so you can access into your vehicle without having to get out of the tent. But I really like this, and I'm 5'11", and if I stand straight up, my head touches the bottom of the tent, but that's fine. But yeah, that's gonna work out great. Sure is. I thought about scooting my tent over a couple inches to the passenger side because I would have more area, but I don't think I'm going to. It already sets over to one side where I have it now. I would like to have it set in center, but it just don't work that way for this setup. Now I have a tarp that I used to come off of this side over here to kind of do that, but it didn't have any walls. But if I wanted to, I have a system here where these go up, and I can put one over there to where I can hook the eyelets of a tarp, and I can come off and cover my tailgate if I wanted to. But I think that's gonna work fine right there. Later I'll come out and put all of our awnings up and get a little bit of video of what it looks with everything up and out. And I may even work on, well, I have to run to the store to get a grommet for my flap, but I definitely want to make that door flap into a awning. That was on sale. I picked that up on Amazon. It's the original Smittybilt awning, Annex room. It was on sale for $175. I think I paid it $189 by the time I paid taxes. I think normally it's over 200 and I don't remember what I saw. It's over $250, $280. I think I saved 60%, so whatever that is, y'all can do the math. But I'm tickled that we can set up in the code and get that buddy heater going and be warm. And if you have, if you're camping in a spot that you have electricity, you can put a little electric heater in there and it do the same thing. So there you go. Okay, so I went ahead and put my awnings up to kind of give y'all what it's going to look like completely set up. Temperatures have went up in the 50s, and I have noticed, even though I have opened the flaps on both sides of the Annex room, you get in there kind of out of the wind, and with no heat running, it's still warmer in there than out here. Now I didn't open the front side, so if I open that, I'm sure it would be a little bit chillier in there, which in the summertime, you know, you'd open all of them unless you needed privacy. I did get the zipper to zip all the way, pretty much. So that worked out better, but there's still gaps where mosquitoes could get in up there. And with the way it's made and the way the ladder hooks up, there's really nothing you can do about it without this being slit. They would have to slit the tent material right there to where it would come up and fasten here around this hinge. And you know, like I said, if you're going to slit that, it needs to be stitched so it doesn't continue to rip. So Smittybilt, if you're watching, you need to do some work on that part there so mosquitoes can't get in. But other than that, everything hooked up like it's supposed to. When you put these poles in, it goes through your tent, and there's a slit in the zipper that they go through for that Annex. I think after putting it up a time or two, I'll get a lot quicker. Get back here so y'all can see the whole thing set up. And like I said, if I put grommets in my flap that's over this door, I can have an awning all the way to my truck mirror to sit under. So I'm going to do that. That'll be awesome. That's another thing, Smittybilt. If you're watching, put some grommet hose in this flap. So you can set it out for an awning flat. In fact, do this one too. Because if you do, it's going to come out to about here. You have another little awning you sit under. Or if you want to keep the sun from shining into the window, you can do that. But there it is, folks. Pretty nice setup. And the floor unzips from the Annex. So if you need to clean it, which I get dustpan to clean it, but if you want to, you can unzip that rubber floor off of the Annex and just have dirt or whatever you want down there. How are we going to unzip it? I'm going to leave it hooked in right there for now. Undo the Velcro, unhook this, and let it fall in. I'm going to go ahead and fold this corner in. As you can see, it's sweated underneath and got the bottom dirty. So before I put it in the bag, I'm going to have to clean the bottom. Before I fold it up, clean the bottom. Now I should be able to slide this out of the roof. And that's how easy that was. You know, fold it up, put it in the bag, and you're pretty much done. And I have other videos on folding